Greetings, everybody. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Unless you're somewhere else, then it's probably not Christmas anymore. But it's still Christmas here. It's still Christmas here. And we got some squaring up to do from last night. So the soups are turned off. Got plenty to get through from last night. So if you're just chilling by yourself, everybody's in bed, or you just had enough, join us for the next couple of hours as we end Christmas. It's sad. It is very sad. The day after Christmas. But it ain't over yet. And hell, most of y'all probably have a 3-4 day weekend out of this, right? So that's what I would have done. I don't know, a couple of my jobs, I would have had to go back to work tomorrow. The 26th still counts, especially when it's a Friday, chat. Especially when it's a Friday. What's up, everybody? Merry Christmas, and I hope everybody had a good one. Right back at you. Right back at you. Thank you. Thanks for being a member for 28 months. Yeah, we got Bubba Doom here. We got Doc Holliday. We got Leonardo. We got Scott Kerr. We've got Jeff Sheehan. Got Mr. Mouse, CEO. You'd be a better CEO than Bob Iger. You have my recommendation. B-Chain 315. What's up, brother? Piano Dean. Hail, Piano Dean. How the hell you been? Blake B. James Shirley. JJ Tate, new member. Hail. Hail. Gawker's Death Rattle. Hail. Swifter. Hail the fellowship. I hope you had a great Christmas with your fellowship. Dude, we had a perfect Christmas. We did nothing but eat and watch movies. Now, the wife cleans the house because she can't sit down. But yeah, I watched Gremlins, Batman Returns, Christmas Invasion, most of Elf. I was kind of in and out on Elf doing other stuff. And then I just finished watching the 2.5 episodes of Stranger Things. It's terrible. I can't even. We are on I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but so I just dipped out about 15 and not even half 15 minutes into the penultimate episode. So we got one more after this, which is 2 hours that you can see in a theater. And like nothing's happened. Nothing has happened. Everybody's just kind of running to places and getting back to places, and that's it. I know, like I was thinking maybe Robin dies in this the first episode because it's called Shock Jock. Had nothing to do with that. She's still alive. I'm gonna be real. When she has her little "I'm gonna talk to my girlfriend" lesbian scenes, I just fast forwarded. I did. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Just fast forwarded it. And with the amount of times Will Byers gets knocked out and somebody's by his body looking, is he going to be okay? And then Max and Holly are still in their thing. And we do find something out about the Upside Down in the second episode. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So as I suspected, it's not a super natural story. It's not a it's science. So it's science fiction. Basically. There is no magic. other than some mystery box shit that they introduced in the third to last episode. And I'm like, what? What? I don't want to spoil it for you though. I'll give you a hint. Pulp Fiction. Ronin. What are the commonalities with the movie with Robert De Niro's Ronin and Pulp Fiction? The chat will somebody in the chat will know right now. What are the two things that they have in common? Those two movies. One of them I like a lot, one of them I don't like that much. There's an item. There's a specific item that they have in common. I mean, I'll say it if nobody gets it. Briefcase. Thank you. Briefcase. Just remember that. Briefcase. I don't know anything about the briefcase, but there's briefcase in Stranger Things. I won't tell you what it's about. I won't tell you what it leads up to. And I don't know the answer because I haven't watched the end of the penultimate episode. Maybe it's got a great explanation. I don't know. What's in the box? It literally has a what's in the box moment. It does. It does. All I can think about is Paramount, who, like, you know, I don't hate. They dealt with Taylor Sheridan, and they've put out a lot of good Sheridan stuff. So that's kind of like tampered my loathing of what they've done with Star Trek a little bit. But they let Sheridan walk, and they gave the Duffer Brothers billions. Bro, these guys will not make another good show ever again. I'm just gonna say it now. If I eat crow on this one, I'm willing to do it. But I'll go out on a limb by saying I don't think they make a good show ever again. I just don't. Ooh. Can't wait for Mahler to see this. How he is the first guy I've texted. I'm like, oh, this started out bad. And it gets so much worse. They didn't know how to end this thing. They had no idea how to end this thing. They didn't. They're introducing the 2.25 episodes I saw. They are just running around trying to get out of places and get to places, and they need to find somebody. And it's usually some cockamamie thing where, like, man, they're in it now. Like, I know this happens throughout the series, but it just gets really bad in this. It's, oh my God, there's a plot complication. What are we going to do? I have a Deus Ex Machina idea that I just pulled out of my ass that's just crazy enough to work. And then dramatic pause. Everybody goes. Then it goes to the next scene. Drink how many times that happened, you alkies. You'll be drunk. But it is a series of, here is a plot complication. And then somebody who, like Robin, fucking Robin, figures out one of the most, I don't want to ruin it for you, but she figures out the upside down with records, with LPs, with vinyl. It's so dumb. Like how it works and what's going on. But yeah, the upside down, we find out the upside down is not what we thought it was at all. And if some media literacy bro comes at me with, well, they knew this all along. It's like, get the hell out of here. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Oh, we'll spoil the hell out of it tomorrow on FNT, but I'm not going to do it tonight because we got some catching up to do, like a whole lot of it. But thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. It's actually the right side up. There, you got it. There you got it. And admittedly, I I was gonna do this after the third episode. I'm like, oh, it's an hour, and I don't give a shit. There's a dramatic moment that everybody's gonna talk about, but it took too long to get there, and it's like, what did you think? It was not gonna happen? Come on. And the girl boss stuff is it's still there. What's her number 8, number Ocho, whatever her name is, the one they save. She like gives Hopper a talking to. She gives him a talking to, and they're so funny because they actually pan out and they show her walking up on David Harbour, and she barely comes above his like belt buckle. She's giving him a talking to. And Hopper's lost in this. Joyce is lost in this. They're barely in it. They're barely in it. They have no point in being in this show. And the original cast members, the ones that are in Hawkins, are still listening to Robin. And nobody knows what's going on. They have given us no context on what the outside world thinks, on how this quarantine works. And everybody in town during the quarantine is just kind of moving about their lives. Oh, you only watched the first 2 episodes of this season or period of the whole series? Because I'm curious to know what you think. Merry Christmas, though. Merry Christmas. I got the same hat on, not the same shirt. Yeah, this show's no bueno. It's not ending good. It's not. In my humble opinion. Oh, this season. So what'd you think? What'd you think? Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Everybody get everything they wanted? Were you all good boys and girls this year? Were you? Is it Game of Thrones season 8 again? It's not that bad. It's meh because the problem with, I agree with that. It's Game of Thrones season 8 again, because Game of Thrones had like a lot of solid seasons. This show has not. So, yeah, it's all girl power. It really is. I haven't watched Fallout yet. I'm gonna watch Fallout. I'm not making anybody watch it for FNT because it sounded like nobody wanted to. Oh, I know. Oh God, I saw that. Tom Jane is playing Bones in the final season of Stranger Things. Just why, bro? He's a great actor. I don't know why he's not getting rolled. Maybe because he's a white male. Dude's a great actor. And the first 2 episodes of this season for Stranger Things, the first one was Frank Darabont, and Sean Levy directed the second one. Been the second one. I have zero interest in Fallout. Yeah, I don't. I didn't play the game. I watched that first season, and I was like okay with it in the beginning, and then I wasn't. Is the Shawshank Redemption accurate? Well, I mean, I wasn't in prison in the what was it, 50s? So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. But as far as confinement and stuff, they were a little more free, I believe, because back in the 50s, like they weren't as free to move around as we were later on. I visited, well, I mean, I guess it depends on the prison because I visited Alcatraz a lot and they couldn't do shit. They couldn't talk to each other. So I get it depends on the era of prison. Like I have no idea what goes on in prison right now. And like what the culture is. And I don't know if they're still doing because when I was there, they were doing segregation, like racial segregation. I don't know. I can't see them doing that. Do they still? Anybody in prison right now or recently been in prison in the last 10 years? Are they still racially segregating people per cell? I remember hearing that they had done away with that, but the last time I did hospitals and institutions was many years ago, 15 years ago. And I wasn't walking by any of the cells or anything, so I don't know if they were still doing that or not. Hospitals and institutions was where you program where you volunteer through AA, or NA, and then you go run meetings and stuff. It's actually really good. But you got everybody a onesie. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, yeah, like, and just to let you know how I feel about back to Stranger Things. Yeah, I don't know if yes, they still racially segregate. They probably have to because like people would die, right? That would be my guess. Maybe when my YouTubing days are over, I'll go back to volunteering in H&I and go back in there. But not for now. Not for now. Yeah, I would imagine they have to. Because that would get people killed. But real quick, back to Stranger Things. So love season 1, 10 out of 10. Fantastic. Did not like season 2. Season 3 is really corny, but I enjoyed it. Like season 4 a lot better. Return to form. Like season 3, I watched it and I'm like, this isn't good, but I enjoy it. So I'm not going to argue that it's a good season. Season 4 was a good season, but they were planting the seeds for the problem with this season, which is now going to probably change everybody's view of it. And yeah, I thought this was just a bunch of Deus Ex Machina, crazy, just contrived stuff. They're moving the show fast and not moving along at all. 11 is barely in the show too. Like she's barely in the 3 episode or the 2 and 1/4 I saw. She's barely in it. Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas. I love that that fake Rings of Power poster that's going around. And the thing is, it's obviously AI, but you question it just a little bit. You go, that's AI, but because Rings of Power is that bad. And I saw your post yesterday and I agreed. I think season 3 will be the worst because I think they're going to rush to an ending. And they have to compress thousands of years, which they've already done. So it's going to be so insane at the end. It'll be kind of funny. What fake poster? So there was a fake poster going around of Rings of Power. I can show it real quick. I'm sure it'll be the first thing that comes up. It is. Oh, so funny. Yellow flashes. He got 7,000 likes on a on a look at us laughing. That's great. That's great. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. It's so fucking funny. I'm gonna use it on so many thumbnails. Believe me, it's bookmarked. Oh, and some Alpha Chad, some motherfuckers at Amazon going, God damn it, they beat us to it. Now we can't do the poster because some troll hit us with AI first. Oh. You know what? if it comes out this year, I'll get a fellowship together and we will guess that I'm calling to you, brother. We will guess what parts of the lore they'll fuck up, but we can't, it's not just what they fuck up, it's how. All right. So we're going to do a little pool on like what they will fuck up and how. I would have kicked ass on, I don't know, I wouldn't have been better than a lot of scholars, but like as far as predicting, listen, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, buddy. But 5 years ago, I was predicting Warrior Galadriel. I'm like, they're going to do Warrior Galadriel. The only thing I missed, Alpha Chad, is I said she would be leading an all-female army of Numenorians. So I was only a quarter wrong because one of the armies, remember in season, one of the Numenorian armies had a bunch of women until they went and started fighting, and then the women disappeared. Remember that? God, they spent $1 billion on this. Oh, I miss the laughs of Rings of Power. I do. She did train them. And I called that 2 years before the thing. The thing wasn't even cast yet. It wasn't even titled when I called that. And it was a joke. It was just a joke. I was trying to be funny and extreme and ridiculous. Because the first time I made a video about Lord of the Rings, I'm like, hey, I'm seeing some red flags because I don't want to see what happened to the Star Wars fandom happen to the Lord of the Rings fandom, which has always been a pretty nice place. Well, so much for that. So much for that. But the only thing they didn't do was make Gandalf a woman, but I'm sure it was discussed. What was funny, guys, is when I was doing we'll just keep this up for a while because goddamn, and Yellow Flash, hail, brother. Oh, look, I'm giving Demian a like too. And Nurkish. Nurkish, he makes great political videos now, but back in the day, his comic criticism was the best. So he made back in the day when customer portion of Comicsgate was around many years ago. Me and Comics Division were like in the chats of Englentine and even Richard when he used to do streams in his lap, and you could see like his dirty socks in the corner. But Nurkish did the best videos, like by far. By far. He did a great video on a lot of stuff, but one, I don't think the whole video was about this, but it really brought to light the Facebook poll that the comic industry took advantage of and decided that poll was the reason they need to get rid of a bunch of old guys and bring in a bunch of women. And it was a poll basically, I think it originated on Facebook. I don't know if that's the only place it was, but they really ran with this because I knew some pros at the time who called me and like pointed out that poll and said, women are the answer. They are the future of the comic book industry, buddy. And I'll never forget hearing that. But the poll basically asked, are you interested in comics? Didn't say, do you buy them? Do you read them regularly? Are you a collector? How long have you? It said, are you interested in comics? Which could be seen as, oh, I like Spider-Man T-shirts. Yes. So, and wouldn't you know it, half the world's population, basically, actually there's a little more women than men for obvious reasons because we do all the work and die. But it's it was a 50-50 split on the poll. And they just went, science! We need women. Do they read comic books? Do they care? No, we don't care. And the rest is herstory. But I don't think he's got those. I don't know if he's got them backed up in a drive or anything. I'd love to see him again because they were fucking good. Well edited, hilarious fucking videos. Yeah. There's a Demion. Give him a sub. He's good. Yellow Flash, fuck that guy. No, I'm just kidding. I love Yellow Flash. So yeah, this poster was making the rounds, and yeah, it was funny. It's funny. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yes, they blinded them with science. Okay. The comics pro was Derek Robertson. Derek Robertson calls me and goes, "Did you see that, Paul? We're going to have a new era. There's going to be a new golden age era." Something to this effect. It was paraphrasing. Women are the future. I'm like, really? Okay. Because my shop was near a university. So shops near universities would just automatically get more women than your average comic shop. They just would. Age range, tastes, for all the reasons. Now, I wasn't a super university friendly store because I didn't have my communist manifesto section and my artsy fartsy fucking zine section and the alternative press expo shit that they did back in the day. No, I didn't have a big indie section. I didn't give a fuck about any of that indie stuff. Like, really didn't care. Like some stuff, but I was a mainstream. Well, I guess indie in the sense of I liked like non-superhero fare from other stuff, but it was usually like French or, I didn't have a manga section or anything like that. Manga was the only special order with me, and same with the indie stuff. Even got rid of the adult stuff like Warren Ellis's Crossed, which is basically torture porn, like the goriest comics you could possibly think of. I got rid of those because I hated them. Yeah. But yeah, so I tried, and I think we had at our peak subscriber, it was over 400. So we had over 400 people with a subscriber at my store at the peak. And I think I got it up to like 12.5% of that was women. And about 2% of it was straight women. But yeah. Who would win, Batman or Iron Man? Okay. Any what's up, Noons? Merry Christmas. Any battle between Batman has to be led with, does he have time to prepare? Yes or no? So if Batman is just walking down the street and Iron Man comes in, he whoops his ass. He whoops his ass pretty easily. If they know they're going to fight and they got a set time to meet and Batman's got even 24 hours to prepare, Iron Man still wins because Tony Stark is really fucking smart, but Batman will hold his own. If you give Batman a month to prepare, he kills Tony Stark before they even fight. He breaks his no-kill rule, the one he certainly did not have in Batman Returns when he smoked a lot of people. Do I think what Candace do you think what Candace Owens is going to Erica Kirk evil? I think it is. So do I think it's evil? I think everything that's happening after that is vile, disgusting, disappointing. I think it all is. Somebody just died, and people fighting, and I think it's all. But unfortunately, it's kind of normal. If you've ever experienced enough death, especially within families, and you see what it does to families, it's kind of fucking normal. It's sad to say. It's sad to say. We just had to deal with that with when Melissa's brother died and the vultures came. And whoa, were they pieces of shit. I'll be able to tell that whole story soon. Holy shit. Bad stuff. Thor or Shazam? Thor. Yeah. Otherwise, I stay out of it. I think this is why I don't will not have a political channel, because you know what, politics gets to you. You do politics 24/7. That is not good for you. Nobody is meant to. I mean, look what it does to the politicians. Christ. But if you're on that 24-hour cycle and you're getting that information and it's so much of it is so fucking ugly and you can't hide your head in the sand for sure. You got to stay informed, but like moderation. Moderation. But I think if you're in the political sphere and that's your content and that's how you make money, I'll just put something out there. If you're on one side or the other, is it not better for you to have the guy you don't like in office? Or gal? But then there's a lot of and we talked about this. I talked about this with Jeremy at the end of the year, but we said this publicly. I said this open, and I still say it. All these people who are all about Trump and all this, who weren't 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, see how quick they revert. We'll see. We will see who's about, especially when you're out there going like, we're actually fighting the fight to save our country, and it's like most of you aren't. Some of you are. Some of you are real ones. You know who you are. Most of them are full of shit. Con Inc. is nothing but a con. Nothing but a con. Speaking of Jeremy, cannot wait till tomorrow night when I could call you guys together and tell you that he is actually gay, like on the lazy Stranger Things episode. Because it helps when you have another gay person to talk to. Culture phase. If you saw the episode, it really helps. It really helps. Yeah. All that political, and it's also, you have a big cultural shift. It's normal for there to be chaos after a while because like power structures have changed. And when power structures change, that same amount of money that supports one side or the other needs to do some shifting. So basically, the puppet hand, has to adjust the strings. The one hand or the one person operating both hands has to do a little adjusting. That's what's going on right now. And we do have an opportunity to fix it, but it's got to be us. We can't put our faith in a politician or 2 or 5 or a Congress, or we can't. We need to start voting in real people like now. I think and you have to question anybody who'd want the job, because a normal person would not want this job. But look at somebody like Crenshaw, like biggest fucking sellout on the planet. Guy goes in, he's making $50K a year, and now he's worth like, how much is Dan? Before we get to I'm gonna look this up. Dan Crenshaw net worth. I mean, this is just anecdotal, and I'm using Brave, so let's see. All right, so a guy, a veteran, veteran goes in the office, worth a couple hundred K. Low estimates 3 million on his salary. What? Okay, hang on. He probably made some pretty good money with that Navy SEAL money. Not going to say that's a small amount of money, but he's a congressman. Okay, so what is your average congressman? What does the average? $174,000 a year. Makes $174,000 a year. So I guess he just gets to keep all his money. And then there's Pelosi. But we know actually Crenshaw has a lot more money than his net worth is a lot higher than 3 million. That's why I call him Eye Patch Pelosi. Eye Patch McCain belongs to the great Alex Stein. But McCain's dead. So we got to carry it over to Eye Patch Pelosi. Fucking scumbag. Total scumbag. And if you heard this, he'd go fucking cry about it on Twitter. Pirate Pelosi. I respect pirates, though. I respect pirates more than I respect politicians. So why disrespect a pirate? One-eyed Willie. Okay, Bullseye versus Deadshot. That is a good question. That is a really good one. I am a Marvel guy through and through. Like from, and that's how I grew up. At this moment, I grew to love DC, and at the shop, truly, I was like, I like them both. I try not to show any favorites, especially when I'm trying to sell comic books. But I got to be real. I grew up on Marvel. Deadshot. I love Bullseye. I think he's one of the greatest villains. He's one of my favorite villains. Deadshot fillets him. Absolutely flays him. It'd be a good fight. It'd be a fun one to watch. It'd be a fun one to watch. All right, let's get to some question share. We'll kind of go back and forth. I'm going to go as long as I can. All right. I'm grateful you're here to join me. Soups are turned off so I can get to the square up. So we're just chit-chatting away. I will get to your member chats soon. We'll do one right now. Okay. Wife got me the same mic as you with the soundboard. Think she hates me for trying to stream her. But heck, give it a shot, I guess. Give it a shot. I mean, just have fun. Just put stuff out there. Your first comments are going to be quit. Anywhere from quit to kill yourself, or you're a Jew or something. I don't know, like whatever. Just deal with it. That's the internet. And hey, you might be a Jew. You go, okay, yeah, I am. Whatever. But yeah, just go out and have fun. If we went back in time, and I'll do that Monday, we'll go back and look at a couple of my first streams. why not do it Monday? We are close to the channel anniversary. We are very close. Very, very close, as a matter of fact. Saturday. God. Saturday, God willing, 12 years sober. And then 2 weeks from yesterday, the channel turns 12 as well. All right, good luck. Good luck. All right, mopping up from yesterday. Now, somebody asked, hey, are we going to have Sargon of Akkad back on? And, for one, should have asked him months ago. We haven't had him on in, I think, well over a year. And that is our fault. We love Carl. He's freaking great. One of the first real, him and Gavin McGinnis of all people, and Anthony Cumia, who I was listening to for politics back around 2015 and 16. So love Carl, would have him back. And Taker 610 for $5 says Sargon has been on FNT. I remember because he compared Biden's trans HHS secretary to the mouth of Sauron, and Az lost his mind. Well, it's a good comparison. It's a great comparison. Sharp for 2 Canadian pesos says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you. X-Ray Girl did not go over these, so I might read some I read last night because I got my whole list. I don't want to miss any. Check out Night Manager Season 2 trailer. I can't watch any trailers today. Mr. Liddell. I can't pronounce your last name. Is it Xylus? Maybe it's Silas. Maybe I said it right. Melissa liked the Night Manager, and somebody from the Night Manager watches FNT. So there you go. Toilet Bug for $5 says, I pay to watch Gary play HF2 single player and save the world with Mahler, Disbrew, Az, and chat yelling at you. It would be epic sci-fi ride. The game is a 10. No need to pay. I'll get around to some games. Oh shit. Whoops. Can't take that one back. Games. Nebulous for $10. Have you guys heard anything about the Aragon series? The idea of Disney making a good TV at this point is laughable. It is. But the author is supposedly a producer, so some part of me is holding out hope. Don't with Disney. The author being a producer is probably most likely just it's for show. It's purely for show. They will have no say in the creative process at all, most likely. No, Disney is why do you think Bob Iger is like all of a sudden starting to hasten his exit? Like, it's falling apart, and I think he just wants to get the fuck out. Now his legacy is more important to him than ever. So if they can turn a corner, like if they can do an Avatar, and they'll even take credit for Spider-Man and Doomsday, and say Avatar hits $1 billion, Spider-Man hits $1 billion, Doomsday hits $1 billion, Bob Iger will go, I did that. Peace out. And they're gonna try to argue that Mandalorian and Grogu making $500 million worldwide will be a victory. And you heard it on FNT, and I believe that this is a side story. It's not even really involving the series that much, and they're going to possibly go do a season 4 after this. So this is just some side story. So I think it would be a miracle if it hit 500 million worldwide. But yeah, I think if Bob gets any kind of win, he's going to get the hell out of there, and whoever inherits it is and Disney, like, they're so risk averse, they're not going to hire the kind of person that really needs to fix it, that needs to fire everybody, change the culture, and bring it back to what it was. Because a company like Disney, which was created by a singular man with a singular culture and a singular idea that they stuck with for a long time, gets upended by Bob Iger, and it becomes something else. Then it has no identity. And isn't it funny that, like, what's happened to Disney has happened to all of Hollywood, and it was their obsession with identity that caused them to lose their identity. Isn't it ironic? James Cameron said no longer trying to become a U.S. citizen because of Trump ignoring he never tried in a 47 years of living in L.A. Screw him. Was he Canadian or something? I don't give a fuck. I thought he was American. Yeah. Did you see the Peaky Blinders trailer that came out today? Sorry about the name. I need to change it. Oh, what? Tanio? It's okay. I've had it for 20 years. You don't need to change it. It's no big deal. I have seen the trailer, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like Peaky Blinders. Good show. I remember the early drafts of The Fall of Gondolin. Tour killed a few Balrogs, along with others. Yes, but that was such an early draft that they were thousands of Balrogs. Yeah, that Balrogs. There was Tom. I mean, that's where it gets iffy, because there's drafts, there's letters. Hang on, I got to take my socks off. I'm an old man. I like to have my bare feet out. No feet pics though. Don't even ask. Tolkien changed Galadriel's journey a bunch. But it was for a question: had any humans defeated any Balrogs? If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then so is Iron Man 3. If you I would disagree, because nobody rewatches Iron Man 3. I mean, I think you have to talk about, like, it's not just a movie with Christmas in it, but is it a tradition? So what makes a Christmas movie a Christmas movie? A movie that people watch at Christmas. And I mean a large number of people, where it's culturally accepted as a Christmas movie. That's what makes a Christmas movie. If we still had Blockbusters or warehouses, and they still sold physical media, and they still had a Christmas section, do you think Die Hard would not be in it? I'm surprised they have capitalized it. For one, Fox, before Disney bought them, capitalized on it and made a Christmas trailer for Die Hard. You do know this. It's on YouTube. So they made a Christmas trailer for Die Hard. But there's Christmas merchandise all over the place for Die Hard. That makes it, you can't sit there and go, yeah, it's not a Christmas movie, except there's a Die Hard Hans falling from the building nativity, the Advent calendar or whatever. Not nativity scene. That's different. You know what I mean, though. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit. Sweaters and sure, there's Christmas merchandise for stuff that's not related to it, but if we ran a poll on how many people watch Die Hard regularly, like every Christmas, it'd probably be pretty high. But if somebody wants to say, no, it's not a Christmas movie, then that's just more Christmas movie for me and for you. If they want to sit there and be no fun in the corner, be no fun in the corner. I don't give a shit. But I do like arguing about it. It's fun. I like arguing. When are Gary and Az going to do a house, going to get a house so they can live together with their toys? It'll be like real life Santa's husband. Gary, since Az is proper British, white, you'll have to be the black one. Well, I've been to prison, Chris, from Michigan, so I'd have to be the black one. I'm always late. If Az and I combined our collections, holy shit. We could retire. Gary, longtime fan, Merry Christmas. My sister died 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry. Oh, from an overdose. Any chance you could shill her GoFundMe to pay for her funeral? Email me the link, official Rogue Entertainment. Email the link and we can shill it tomorrow. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Too many fucking funerals, too many deaths. Yep. Sorry, brother. Greenland, aka the 51st state, when Trump buys it, says Philip. That's when Santa was going over Greenland. We really should make a deal with them for mineral rights. Absolutely. Wonder what happened to that though. No holler. Merry Christmas, gentlemen. Thank you for carrying me through another year with lots of laughs. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas and a very happy new year. I hope you do too. Michael Shannon's General Zod in Man of Steel is underrated. I will find him. Yeah. I mean, he's no Terrence Stamp, but I liked it. I mean, listen, they basically did a Zon, Ursa, and Non. They just changed Ursa and Non's name. Fruit soup is a bunch of dudes in a hot tub. Says TJ Krennic. You know, you're not wrong. Lady Gravemaster, 2 men, 4 months, 150,000 pieces, 2,000 minifigs, $30,000. So that was the Battle of Helm's Deep Lego that was gorgeous that we were looking at. $30,000. Holy shit. Eldrick Headroom says Merry Christmas. Sticky Bandits. Also, hi Disbrew. Yeah, Disbrew showed up. Thanks, buddy. Morning, lads. This has become my Christmas tradition since the first year. Love everything you guys do. Keep it up. Yeah, we've been doing it for a while now. Few years we've been doing this Christmas stuff. So yeah, it is, and it's fun. Yeah, $30,000 for that Lego set. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. If you got the money. Thing is, like, you got to keep that thing up. You can't tear it down. You can't tear it down. Get real. First time since 2022 having my kids for Christmas. Oh, awesome. Turned on Santa stream only to hear Gary talk about his friend waking from a coma and losing his taste for dicks. Wouldn't expect anything else. Hail, Merry Christmas. Patrick for $20. Yeah, I hope the kids heard that one. I've told that story before. Weirdest thing ever. That, like, in my top 5 weirdest things I've experienced in my life, that is up there. That is in it. I have never heard that before. But yeah, it happened. And now he's passed. Poor guy. Merry Christmas. I love you, Disbrew. Also the other guys, but especially Disbrew, says Miss Eva. So Disbrew's got a fan out there. All right. Notarum for 50 Martian pesos. Secret Invasion might have been the biggest travesty MCU ever created. Not only did they emasculate Nick Fury, they created the ultimate Super Skrull girl boss. Anyway, Merry Christmas, gentlemen. Yeah, and never spoke of her again. Merry Christmas, Gary. Thanks to you and your entire team for curing depression daily. Much love and blessings. Brandon, that's you. That's you. Unless like laughing at retards cures depression, which it might. Which it might. Az probably misses the bride from She-Hulk. He does every day. He tells me about it. Merry Christmas, gang. Gary told me pineapple pizza was one of the 3 gifts given to baby Jesus, and I believe him. It was. It wasn't frankincense. It was pineapple on pizza. He's like, I love you guys so much. I will die for your sins. True story. It's apocryphal, but like it's there. Okay. Star Trekker 58 for 10 Australian dollars. No Die Hard in cinemas this year in Brisbane that I could find. We attended for last 3 years for whatever weekend in December. They showed it. Damn, now they have to watch it on DVD or TV. Just not the same. There's 4K. They were showing it in cinemas around here. It's because your country has turned into a hellscape. That's all right. We're not far behind. Merry Christmas, gentlemen, says Justin Player Guitars. Merry Christmas to you. The Paladin for $10 says, Merry Christmas, y'all. Had my YouTube recap, and Mahler and Gary were on my top 5 channels. Whoa, thank you. However, because of EFAP episode and Mahler video, Star Wars Outlaws was my 5th favorite video game to watch in 2025. That's funny. That is funny. Yeah, YouTube's getting good about like, here's the song you played the most, and here is like the song you played on repeat the most. And mine is always some metal song that I go back to, that I listen to when I'm on my walk or working out. I think last year was Painkiller. I didn't see what my number 1 song was for this year. I think I was a little more, I don't know. I think I wasn't listening to the same thing over and over again. Painkiller's a great song. Remember, no man is a failure who has friends. True. Or all his friends are retarded. The Man in Black for $100. Pretty sure I read this yesterday, but we'll read it again. Please share this with the boys. Thank you for oh yeah, and he wanted me to share it. And I said, "What are you fucking high?" I will. Have you ever watched the M4 fan edit of Hobbit trilogy? Only uses scenes from the book, cuts the runtime to 8 hour from 8 hours to 4 hours. Only way I ever watched The Hobbit. Merry Christmas to the Fellowship. I have it. Somebody sent it to me. I watched The Hobbit, the bloated version and all. I enjoy it. I do. And if people can go out there and say, hey, I love the prequels and Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars. No, they don't say that. They say it's my favorite. They don't say it's the best. I mean, I want to be fair, but if they can do that, then I can enjoy the Hobbit trilogy, which I do, by the way. I do. And I usually watch it in January for some reason. I'm not going to tell you it's a good movie, though. I'm not going to sit here and go, no, it's actually a good movie. Now, I will say it's carried by brilliant performances, a brilliant soundtrack, and it's brought down by CGI, bloat, and a stupid love triangle. Merry Christmas to everyone from Enoch Maman. Merry Christmas to you. Hangry is angry for 50. I read this last night, but I'll read it again. Merry Christmas, guys. This is the first Christmas without Mom. She made Christmas great. Glad to see her. Going to fix pork ribs tomorrow. Oh, that sounds good. For the first time, pray for me. Anyway, you all made 2025 bearable. Thanks for what you do. Hangry is angry. Right back at you. This was our first Christmas without John, without JT. Little somber. We tried to get through it because 1 year ago he was here hanging out with us. Woogie Boo Boofuff. Woogie Boo Boofuff. I'm not having a stroke. That's how it's kind of spelled. I hope everyone has a nice Christmas and a New Year. I hope you do too. I hope you have a fucking bitchin' New Year, brah. Baron AWK for 5 British pounds proper money says, Merry Christmas to you all and have a smashing New Year ahead. Also, I have a book coming out January 30th, which is now up for pre-order, and it's called oh man, this is a hard title. Guzillimans N1. Guzillimans N1. Go check it out. Oh, my book's on Amazon and Barnes & Noble now too. It is there if you so choose. It is there. Kindle as well. Blood Viper for 20 British pounds proper money. Thank you guys for getting me through a tough time of the year after losing my mom through lung cancer. Fuck cancer. You guys are awesome. And Gary, I'm an ex-heroin addict. Ooh. I'm finding your book to be so relevant and very helpful and inspirational. Hail FNT. Blood Viper, hail, and yeah, kicking heroin. Whew, that is tough, dude. Because you get sick. David Wright for $9.99. Hey guys, this last year I got my complex and high performance ratings attached to my pilot's license, and I just earned my IFR rating. But another year alone. So happy you guys are doing these streams. Thanks. You're welcome. Well, you'll be flying. Good luck. I hope I'm in the plane you're flying. I hope you're really good. But good luck. What are you guys' favorites? What are your guys' favorites and least favorites of the 20s so far? Oh, that's a video. That's an entire live stream, Jimbit. I will give you my favorite and well, you will be getting my least favorite on the 31st in 6 days with the top 5 Hollywood disasters of 2025 that Perry is currently working on. I just looked at some of the test footage. Looks really fucking fun. Looks good. I do that every year. My top for the 20s. Ooh. My favorite movie since 2020. Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick. My favorite show, I mean, aside from Clarkson's Farm, which I love above all else, I got to say One Piece Season 1. One Piece Season 1. Mobland. The Gentleman. We're going to go back a little bit. Penguin. I mostly like streaming stuff. I can't say I've loved a ton of movies in 20. I could probably put together a top 10, but my favorite movie is Top Gun Maverick. My favorite show of this year is Mobland, and yeah, my least favorite stuff you'll find out. Landman too. Landman's right up there. Yeah, Landman, Tulsa King, One Piece, Mobland, House of the Dragon Season 1. Liked it a lot. Oh, yeah, and Godzilla -1. Godzilla -1. I'm not done with Pluribus yet. I'm not done. I haven't seen Mayor of Kingstown. I know. I got to see it. Godzilla -1 might beat out Top Gun Maverick, now that I think about it. Godzilla -1 is a generational movie. It is a generational movie. But as far as like rewatching them again, I've kind of watched Top Gun Maverick and Godzilla -1 the same, which is like 8 times each so far. I like Shin Godzilla, but I think Godzilla -1 is better. I do. But I don't I like Shin Godzilla. I do. Gojira. Gojira. Well, Godzilla Minus One is a movie. It is not just a Godzilla movie. It is a movie. It is a piece of art. It tells a harrowing story. But yeah, I'd have to like, well, for the 20s, that'd be a good video idea. But we'll do the what I like. I'll get the same team together that does the top 5 at the end, and we'll see what they think of what's their top. We'll do top 10. I can't just say movies. We'll say top 10 of Hollywood from the team, and I'll promise it in the first quarter of next year of the 2020s so far. That's a great video idea. I'm going to write that down. Hang on. Okay. Excellent video idea. We have some fun top. I still have to do the top 5 MCU disasters or Marvel Phase 5 disasters. And then I have a couple of fun ones, like really fun ones. One of them involves Lord of the Rings, which will come around the 25th anniversary. And the other one, I don't even want to say because it's going to be a fight like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie and does pineapple belong on pizza? It'll be that kind of a fight, but a good nerd fight. Just coming home from a Christmas party and wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas. What's your favorite Christmas horror movie? Mine's Gremlins. Gremlins. Just watched it. I just watched it. It is so fucking good. And like, honestly, I haven't watched it. I think the last time I watched Gremlins was on like DVD. So I didn't even watch it on Blu-ray. So this has been and I have a 4K of it now. So this has been the first time I've seen Gremlins in over a decade, well over a decade. And now when it came out in the theaters, I watched it 4 or 5 times. I know the Jerry Goldsmith soundtrack like this. And damn, is it funny? And it's basically a Twilight Zone. It's just a 2-hour Twilight Zone. But I mean, it like people die. And somebody brought this up on Twitter. I'm watching like all the adults, and I'm like, I'm older than all of these people are. Like Flo. Oh, what's her name again in real life? She just died. Polly Holiday. Holiday, right? Polly Holiday. She's in it. Flo Kiss My Grits from Alice. She just died a couple of months ago. And she looked old in that movie. Just coming. Oh, I read that one. Gentlemen, Merry Christmas to you from North Texas. Hail, North Texas. What part of, like, hey, Texans? Am I in, like, Central Texas? I don't know what, like, region I'm in. I'm new. So I'm in the greater San Antonio area. So I don't know if I'm in South Texas, Central Texas, no Texas, you're lame Texas. I don't know. Oh, pneumonia got her? Oh, poor thing. Well, she was old too. I'm in South Central. I'm deep in the heart of Texas. I am. I'm near the Alamo. I'm near the Alamo, baby. She did not look that old, Gary. She looked in her 30s. I mean, they made her look older than she was, right? But dude, William Hartnell. When William Hartnell, the first Doctor, the Brits, well, no Brit is awake right now. Are any Brits awake right now? When William Hartnell became the Doctor, He was 54. I am now 2 years older than William Hartnell was when he took over for the doctor. And William Hartnell looked like he was 75. Because when Peter Capaldi took over for the doctor, he was technically older than William Hartnell. He became the oldest doctor. A bunch of people were criticizing him for it. She was like 47 in Gremlins. Yeah, she was just gray. Yeah, you're 54. You're fucking old too. I'm 56. I'll let people get on Twitter. You're 56 and you're complaining about Star Wars? Yep. Fucking, isn't this a great country? It's a great country or what? No shame to my game, baby. Trading Places is a Christmas movie, video enjoyer. You know, I haven't watched Trading Places in the last 3 Christmases. I got to watch it next Christmas. Fantastic movie. Good tits. Good tit scene. You retired 5 years ago? Yeah, but you could be 25. Like, if you like, are you military retired where you retire at like 30? Or just like real retired? Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis tits. That makes it a Christmas movie alone every day. Happy Yule to all of you. RIP Star Trek and Marvel and Doctor Who. 20 years ago, yes, we're still in today. We're still in Christmas. So 20 years ago today, Christmas Invasion came out. The 20th anniversary of David Tennant's first full episode. If you want to feel old, it's been 20 fucking years. And as it stands right now, the show is dead. There's no Christmas special this year. There was no fanfare. Maybe the Doctor Who account put up a post about it, but no special or retrospective. Kind of an important time. They did fucking nothing. Regarding Jimmy Kimmel, you gave us James Corden. We're returning the favor. That's Nathan to the UK. Damn straight. And I think we still owe you a little more on that one. Well, okay, let's be real. We did send over Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen DeGeneres. We might be getting into the, like, we're being a little cruel now. And I know what most of you will say as true hot-blooded Americans. So it's a cruel world. Scott James, Merry Christmas. Up a Cardiff. Love you, boys. Dunkin' Egg. I can't wait for Dunkin' Egg. I can't wait. 20 days away. I lived in Cardiff, Scott James, by the sea in North San Diego County. So there is a Cardiff in California, if you're not aware, Brits. It is just south of Encinitas, just north of Solana Beach. It's right on the coast. It's basically a town on a slope that goes down to the beach. There's a beach called George's there that all the surfers like. The swells, brah. The swells are a bitchin', brah. There's a good seafood restaurant down there that always gets, I think it's gone now because it always gets tore up by the waves. And all the streets are named after British towns like Birmingham. I lived off of Birmingham. Happy birthday, Jesus. Let's not forget that. Happy birthday, little baby Jesus. Yeah, Cardiff's a cool town. You know what Cardiff is known for? You know what the landmark of Cardiff, it's called Cardiff by the Sea, technically. The landmark, what everybody knows it for, is it the beach? Is it George's? No. Is it the seafood restaurant whose name I forgot? No. It's been a minute since I've been there. Is it the taco shops? No. VG's Donuts. VG's Donuts. Anybody in the San Diego area will know what I'm talking about. Their apple fritters and their bear claws. God tier. We love you, precious, says Theories for $1.99. We love you back. Only in a slight gay way. Psalm 23:4 for $10. Man, I'm getting Bible verses that are sending me super chats. A very Merry Christmas to the whole FNT and EFAP family. God bless every one of you. God bless EFAP. Where would we be without EFAP? It would be an empty world without our Saturdays literally filled with EFAP. Southern Fried Chicken Sibling Cinema for $20 says Lorelei from YouTube channel Southern Fried. Did I say chicken? Southern Fried Cinema, not chicken. Siblings. I'm a 6'2" woman. Oh, you're going to start. Well, you're married, but you're going to start getting marriage proposals now. And I know if I fight an average 5'7" man, he will easily win. I rip into this surreal nonsense in our episode of Snow White Princess to Propaganda. Go check it out. 6'2" woman. All the guys went, hey. Yeah. I mean, all you'd have to be is in a couple of fights to know. You don't have to be some expert. You just need to be in a couple of like real, not like slap fights or fights at school, like fights, like brawls. Reading The Hobbit for the first time on Audible. You're listening to it, Lionheart. I mean, come on, let's be real here. Thank you for the $5, but so far I'm super enjoying it. I love the professor's writing style. Also, Andy Serkis narration is so good. It is so fucking good. I'm so happy they did that. Now I wish they would release it in physical media, but they won't. Andrew Kelso for $5. Merry Christmas, all. Thanks for keeping me entertained at work tonight. Is there any movie/show you are all excited for next year? That was a question I actually wanted to ask them last night, and I didn't. So go ahead and drop in the chat what you're excited for. I'm going to say like excited, not I'm mildly interested. I'm looking forward to like a movie that's like, I'm fucking there. Opening day, let's fucking go. I could say there's three. Dune 3. Odyssey. Project Hail Mary. And I can't say I'm like, let's fucking go, but I can say I'm looking forward to Spider-Man. But Project Hail Mary, Odyssey, Dune 3, their opening day, without question, expecting a great movie. If the Marvels 2 came out, okay, listen, I would be so excited for a Marvels 2 for all the wrong reasons, but the right reasons. It's like my mind says no, but my bank account says yes. And we got Zanzoltans. My new tattoo, the Joker of Marvel. Thanks, Mahler. Merry Christmas, says Comic Accurate. Michael Bradbury for $5 says, Merry Christmas, guys, from the land down under. Boromir of Gondor for $9.99. We miss you, brother. On behalf of Gondor, I would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. All I want for Christmas is the glory of Gondor restored, a king to return, and the white tree flower again. The sons of I just want the sons of Gondor to return. That's what I want for Christmas. To our favorite grifters, have a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Stay grifty, says Blue Fox Fluffer for 1999. We will. Merry Christmas, all. Did you hear about Man Spider in the new Spider-Man? Hope it's not true. Well, I don't think they're doing okay. I don't think they're is you're talking about because there's a Man Spider, and then there's the Straczynski run, right? The Spider Totem and all that stuff, where he gets his new powers and he starts like evolving, getting spikes out of his arms and stuff. Interesting time for Spider-Man. And it's not like they haven't fucked with his powers before, and they revert. Would it work in a movie? It takes too much time to build up for it to work in the movie. But it does look like they're going to be doing something because the trailer straight up says it. Yapping Tom. Did you hear, Gary? Young Sherlock series. Guy Ritchie. I'm going to check it out. It's Guy Ritchie. God bless us, everyone, says Fiesta Cat for $1.99. Merry Christmas, Redcoats, says Goblin Dipshit. Yapping Tom says, Merry Christmas, everyone. What's the over-under on Stewart and McKellen lasting in Doomsday? Okay. That's another good one. Screen time? Over under 3 minutes. Under 3 minutes. Do you know how much screen time Mark Hamill had in The Force Awakens? Because I looked it up. The screen time breakdowns did not make it in this video, but just to let you know, the How Disney Destroyed Star Wars is a video series. And it will be me basically redoing. I've never done a video review for The Force Awakens, which I've done now. I have not done one for The Last Jedi, which I will do. I did do one for The Rise of Skywalker, but it was early days where I wasn't cutting in any B footage or anything. It was just me chatting so I'm going to do a proper one. And then I'm going to make it part of a bigger thing. But in my research, Harrison Ford, 23 minutes of screen time. Carrie Fisher, about just under 6 minutes of screen time. Chewbacca was like, I can't remember Chewbacca's. I think it was like 15, a little less, maybe 12 to 15. Then it was Carrie Fisher at 6. R2D2 had under a minute. C3PO had about 3 minutes. Mark Hamill had just under 2 minutes. And if you look at the whole trilogy, Mark Hamill has, I think it is 30 minutes. I think it gets just under 30 minutes in all 3 movies. It's a fucking crime. It is a crime. John Kokoza was asking, where is that Game of Thrones graph from? What website? Oh, I don't know. But John, if it's in my history, hang on. I'll see if it's in my history. I am not used to Brave yet. I mean, it doesn't look like it's any different from yesterday. I don't see it. I'll look for it though. I will look for it. I don't see it. I'll ask Mahler. Sharasha for 19.99 British pounds, proper money. If anyone is local, check out Leicester's Worcestershire sauce retro computer museum, local haunt of mine. Gary, your book came yesterday. After getting attacked at work, I came home. You got attacked at work? Why? Oh, you mean by customers? Yeah. I came home to that. Great times. Love y'all. Even as love you too. Now, did you get attacked by like too many customers or did you get attacked at work? Like, I hope you're okay. The Book of Grudges for $20. Wild hog. Why did I say wild dog? Wild hog population needs 70% reduction every year at home in Texas, or their population would explode into the tens or hundreds of millions. Also, I'm sick of YouTube censoring the crap out of super chats. I'm sick of that too. It's gay. And I told him that. I told him it was gay. And the guy I told was gay and he didn't care, which was fine, but he can't do anything about it. Razor Burn for $5. Got Christmas wrapping by the waitresses playing in the background. Merry Christmas. R.I.P. the lead singer of the Waitress. I just learned that like she died. Love that song. It's a great song. Christmas classic. Joshua Becky says, I started a new job, and by the way, this is for 50. We read it last night. We'll read it again. I started a new job and haven't caught any of you live in some time. At 47, my midlife crisis was to completely change careers. I look forward to all of your continued content in 2026. Gentlemen, and very Merry Christmas from Montana and Happy New Year. Well, good luck. Good luck. You know what? It's good to shake things up. It's good that, maybe that's why us men are hardwired with a midlife crisis, because it's like you need to shake shit up. It did for me. Feed the World is a Christmas song, and they're all still sorry. Oh. Hey, if you never had one, that's good. Good for you. Not everybody has one. Of course not. Of course not. I had one, though. Big one. G'day, Australia. It is Christmas Day. Not anymore. I survived my driver. Gonna have a great time. On my YouTube recap, you, Gary, are my #1 channel. Well, thank you. I am honored. Mahler, you're third after Sabaton, my favorite band. Merry Christmas. Xavier, save your heart. Thank you very much for the 10 Australian dollars. Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. And thanks for watching. Krelt for $20 says, Merry Christmas. They are setting up to ruin Neuromancer next on Amazon, aren't they? They ruin everything on Amazon. Come on. Except for like Reacher. And the list keeps growing. First time giving any cash here. Spend it well. I will. And thank you. Thank you. Odin for $5. Do not read the next. Don't ever start a super chat with do not read the next part out loud. Oh, I'm going to totally read this out loud. This is great. And there's multiple channels with this, right? But all the classic Doctor Who is on YouTube for free. And you should watch it constantly. It's super good. But none of the new stuff is available for streaming for free here in the United States. It used to be on Netflix, and that's what helped its resurgence and help get it to its peak of popularity in the history of the show. And then it went to Prime Video, and then it went to HBO, and now it's gone. And now it is gone. Nick the Quick for 20 says, Merry Christmas, you awesome chaps. Thanks for all the laughs. Been a great year. Never mind. Maybe next year will be better for entertainment. We're starting it off with Star Trek Academy. Sigh, never mind. Well, yeah, we're going to get a lot more of it than we did this year. We didn't get shit this year. And what we did get was front loaded. Like, there was nothing Marvel after July. They followed up Superman with Peacemaker season 2. Yeah, it's not great. No Rings of Power, no House of the Dragon. Every show takes 2 or 3 years, but we did get Landman. We didn't even get One Piece. We're supposed to get One Piece this year. Supposed to get One Piece. Merry Christmas, you gorgeous grifters. You all filled my 2025 with hilarious banter and autistic detail. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas and New Year, and may 2026 offer you the most lavish buffet of nerd joy ever. Thank you so much for letting me travel this road through the postmodern pop culture wasteland by your companionable side. I love you. I read that one yesterday. It was 500 New Zealand dollars from Nathan B. Hail, Nathan B. And thank you for the 4Ks that you sent. I've got a whole stack from you now that I got to get through quick. One of them was Dark City, bro. Whew, banger. And I didn't have it. Peep Show and Shameless Christmas special done. Merry Christmas. Love you, lads. Right back at you, Thomas. Thank you very much. Varn says, Merry Christmas. Let's hope the next year will be better than this one. Mahler and Az, have you played Fall of Avalon or Enderal? If not, you should. They probably have. I mean, they game everything, don't they? Kretosis for 20 Canadian pesos says, Merry Christmas to everyone on the panel and the chat. Right out there at you, chat. It's still Christmas for 45 minutes. We're not letting it go. Hope you all have a great one. Beardo is gay. Beardo is gay every day, but especially Christmas. But he's not fat. Joey Bag of Donuts for $1.99. Brits, banter, and Christmas. Merry Christmas, gents. Yeah, I ended up having all my British friends showed up, and none of my American friends did. What does that say about me? I'm not even mad at the friends. I'm more like, what does that say about me? Got yelled at by Alexa for calling it a commie queer. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Gary, Az, Mahler, Disparu, and God bless the chat. Snacks, God bless you. Do you get yelled at for, I mean, Alexa is commie and queer. Movie Erotic for $2. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, Gene Hackman, and Kevin Conroy. R.I.P. to all three. Akira for $5. Happy Crumbus, everyone. It's a very nice day, so I hope everyone enjoys it. It was 75 degrees today. It was 75 degrees today. Oh, I saw Bad Santa too. Haven't seen Bad Santa in years. I watched Bad Santa, and I got a question. I like the movie. But the either Indian or Pakistani guy that's in Office Space attacks Billy Bob Thornton. You know, because he's gay, and he attacks him because he's gay for him. And then they never revisit that, like, at all. I was like, that was weird. I didn't, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I do not need to go to Wisconsin just yet. I will, but not yet. Oh, you like my hat? Yeah, this is from the comic shop days. Thank you. It is snowing in Wisconsin, so I am going to enjoy my 75 degrees. We had a little walk yesterday with the dog. It was really nice. I watched Stranger Things. I gave a little bit of a spoiler-free review at the beginning of this live stream. I'm not happy with it at all. It's going to be rough to finish it. I have tickets to see it in the theater, and I really just don't want to. I don't want to. I just don't want to. I don't. I really don't. Dragon Master Outcast for $89.99. Merry Christmas, Gary. And as you please tell Mahler about Star Trek Next Generation episode, The Inner Light. I read this one yesterday, and I'll read it again. Thank you for the $89.99. Just a tip for $10. Family is all over the country, so I'm by myself this Christmas. Thanks, Gary, Az, and Mahler, and the fellowship. Merry Christmas from Arizona. Merry Christmas. I was just there. Love Arizona. Too bad fucking Californians ruined it. Tundra Cap for $4.99. I wish they would have brought back the Valeyard for the Smith and Capaldi era. I wish they would have too. And remember how many theories there used to be of the Valeyards coming back. And Omega's coming back. And they actually did bring him back, and it was fucking terrible. But yeah. My favorite theory that turned into nothing was Rory is the master. Rory is the master. There was a lot of the thing with Stephen Moffat is he was Jar Jar Abrams in a sense of with his Mystery Boxing 2. And let's be real, half the things he set up were kind of disappointments when they came through. Right. I did like what the crack in the universe ended up being. I did like that. But it's two-parter with Hellbent and Heaven Sent. Like one of them is a masterpiece and one of them's like the worst episode he's ever written. With Capaldi. But his character work was great. Until what happened to him with Clara. I have the Doctor Who magazine where it introduces her. And she was supposed to be a smart, sassy, but flirty, like computer genius. That's what she was supposed to be. And her first appearance in a masterpiece episode, dude. One of my top 3 Moffat episodes. Asylum of the Daleks. Because the way that ends in a dark place, in a super fucked up place. And she was great in that. And she was great in The Snowman too. And then she became a fucking insufferable girl boss. And what happened was there were accusations. This was like early, this is even pre-Trump, right? But this is early in the rise of the SJWs and their power on Twitter. And they were accusing him of being a sexist. So he basically overreacted and overcorrected. And there was also changes. Matt Smith left early. Then, Karen Gillan, she left earlier. So they were always have to. Yeah, Bill was terrible. Hey, did you know Bill, Mr. Bentham? I don't know if you know this or not. Bill was a lesbian. Did you know Bill was a lesbian? Because I'm not sure if you got that if you watched all those episodes. So I just wanted to make sure that you're sure that Bill was a lesbian. As a matter of fact, that goes to the entire chat. I don't care if you've seen it or not. You have to know that Bill was a lesbian, a black lesbian. For those of you who didn't watch it, it became a meme, a giant meme, where she didn't like outright say I'm a lesbian every episode, but there was always some reference that I am gay, I am a lesbian. Like twice an episode. So it became a meme. But a lot of that was Stephen Moffat basically correcting and bending the knee to the not named, but named now woke mob that was really infiltrating, and the activist mob that was infiltrating Doctor Who. That was the precursor to what was a very woke Capaldi era, extremely woke. And the first person publicly making videos and calling that out was Dave Cullen, that Ginge. I give him all the credit. He did a video way back in the day, before I started making videos, and he was the first one to go, this is getting fucking terrible. And it got worse. Shout out to Dave Cullen, who gave me my first shout out. And I will always be grateful for that. Because it was one of those ones that made a difference. He shouted out me and Bulls Trek, and it made a significant difference in my channel. So I'll always be grateful. Good dude, Dave Cullen. We got to get him on FNT, but it's always a time thing, right? Graph Web says, for fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. Well, funny story. Disney canceled Disney Plus, not in the way that you think, but Hulu absorbing Disney Plus, but then renaming Hulu Disney Plus is still Disney Plus being absorbed into an older, better platform that was not started by Disney. Disney spent, and I think it's more, Disney spent $15 billion developing Disney Plus. And it's a failure. They had to absorb it into Hulu and then rename Hulu Disney Plus. And what does Bob Iger do? He buys shit. Golden Nuggets. This is great news, everybody. This is actually legit great news. Golden Nuggets donated 2 British pounds to tell us all, Merry Christmas, lads. 2 years cancer free. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Fuck cancer. I'm sure it's affected every single person in this chat. Took my dad. Congrats. Glad you're here. The world's a better place with you here, Golden Nuggets. Thank you for the good news. We need it. You are Clarkson, May, and Hammond of YouTube. I said it. That is the highest praise you could ever give as Mahler and I. We are not, but that is the best hosting trio of all time. There will never be any better than Clarkson, Hammond, and May. Their chemistry is second to none. They are fucking hilarious. I could watch them, they could read instructions on the back of a pancake box and it'd be entertaining. And one of the many gifts that British culture has given, God, it was so good. There was a time, UK, where I would say definitively, like unquestionably, that your shows and your comedy was better than ours. And that's what ours was doing pretty good. And you got to say, like, pound for pound, so per capita, that we were putting out way more than, because we're bigger and, have more money and I mean, frankly, we're a better country. But I mean, like, for your tiny little island, you were putting out a lot of good stuff. You've put out a lot of good music. What the fuck happened? Like, you got Oasis out there touring and filling up stadiums, and it's like, I'm not an Oasis fan. I've never been an Oasis fan, and I've always chalked it up to it's a British thing. I guess they kind of sound like the Beatles, and people fucking love them, though. Like, love them. I mean, I like the brothers fighting with each other. I thought that was funny. And they were actually depicted in one of my favorite movies in the last couple of years, Better Man. They're in, Oasis is in Better Man. But yeah, I know some people, and I know a lot of people in America like them too. A lot of millennials and whatever. It's just never been my thing. But you've given us so much good stuff. What happened? 5 proper dollars for Az's UK bail money, says Magnum Norris. He's going to need more than that. But if I bail Az out, I'm going to let him sit in there for a couple of days just so he knows how it feels. And I want to hear how somebody has PTSD from 2 days in jail, in like a British jail or an American jail. Try spending a day in a Mexican jail. Gary needs to play Knights of the Old Republic. There's a lot of games I need to play. Mahler was playing Jubilee's bouncing after too much wine party time and thought it was Star Wars, so his lightsaber went off and started the fire alarm. Oh, my. Wookiees ate my dog for 10 British pounds, says. Proper money, says. Merry Christmas, as Gary and Mahler. Another year of watching you. Happy days. All the best, guys. Hopefully 2026 is a hell of a year that's better. I hope so, too. I usually don't do the good year, bad year thing. Like a year is always filled with good and bad. But this was, I think for everybody, this is not the best year. Maybe for some people, but not for me. Just in personal life stuff. It was lots of death, man. I mean, the family's great. We're all happy, super happy and everything. But yeah, just people we really liked and loved a lot not being here by the end of the year. That fucking sucks. Jake Tammon for $1.99. Avatar 3 is so fucking boring. Cameron has lost it. Yep. I read that one. I read that. I've gotten to a lot where I've read, so give me a second here. I read that one. Merry Christmas to everyone twiddling their thumbs at work. You know, there's probably somebody out there working. And why not? You know, especially if you're, you know, get time and a half or something like that. Get that extra scratch. I used to. Chris Mead, I did get the paintings, by the way. Just wanted to reiterate that. We actually got 4. So we're going to be framing those. Thanks. One is of Tolkien, one is of George Reeve Superman, one is of Christopher Reeve, and one is Galadriel. As please unban me from your channel. Love you so much, says AC75 for 20 Norwegian krona. Why is he banning you? I'll tell him to unban you. Lauren Burrell for 20 says, Merry Christmas to you guys and your families from me and the missus. Right back at you, brother. Hi, as Merry Christmas from across the pond. I read that one. We are getting caught up here. I'm going to read this one again. Jake Tammon, just because I made a video. Merry Christmas, Gary. What's worse, Star Trek 09 or TFA? The Force Awakens. Watching The Force Awakens 10 years later, because I had not seen it since 2015. Wow. Fucking wow. And I'm like, it is the same movie as The Rise of Skywalker. It has the same logic. It has the same lack of logic, the same lack of plot, the same contrivances, the same lack of character development, the same lack of narrative, the same disrespect to legacy characters. Unbelievable, but believable. What's unbelievable is it made $2 billion, which adjusted for inflation would be, I mean, it's not that long ago, but Awakens worldwide box office adjusted for inflation. So yeah, so $2.64 billion adjusted for inflation. Over $2.5 billion. Jar Jar Abrams is indeed a hack. Painting of Bill Clinton from Epstein. No, no, I wouldn't even have that garbage in my house as a joke. I think it would invite like poltergeists and demons and shit. Just there's some questions we want to know the okay. I hope I'm making sense by often sometimes we ask questions we don't want to know the answers to. And we don't need to know the answers to. And you're like, I regret asking that question. Then there's questions we don't want to know the answers to, but we do, which is the Epstein list, but not just Epstein, who backed him financially because he kind of came from nowhere. So we kind of suspect CIA, Mossad asset, probably both. Let's be real, probably both. And who was his predecessor? Who was his mentor? They didn't just like conceive of the Epstein character once. There had to be a precursor, multiple precursors. Who's Epstein now? And how many are there? And how many missing people, much less children, missing people and children have there been that we'll never know about? Ever know about? And the rock goes so deep and the corruption goes so deep. It would be very easy. It wouldn't be easy for me, but I would understand why people would blackbill. And like, how do you stop this when you cannot stop this machine that's flaunting it, absolutely flaunting it in front of our faces? And I don't have an answer, but I do want to know the answers to these questions. And I don't give a fuck who's on that list. I don't care if somebody who we had no clue of that I voted for. That's the kind of shit I do want to know. That's what I actually do want to know. I don't want to cover my eyes or blindly root for somebody. If somebody who I supported is on that fucking list, I want to make sure I don't support them anymore. So that's why I want to fucking know. But we never will. Because they wouldn't write a list, for one. If they're going to be blackmailing people, they're going to be smart enough to not write a list. And Razorfist said it best. People in jail cannot be blackmailed, cannot be influenced to change laws and grease palms and stuff. So it's not advantageous for a list. Now, are you going to have to throw out some fall guys? Sure. Or gals. But it's evil. It's the real shadow. You are right. That it is the real shadow. It is real evil. We have to face it. We can't stick our heads in the sand about this. And I don't know how we fucking fight it. I don't. I mean, shine a light on it and hopefully people can get to the bottom of it. But we would need like genuine people to get to the bottom of it. Or, I'm not saying we need purity tests and they need to be an angel themselves. I don't really care as long as they weren't fucking on the list. But yeah, I don't know. All I know is you really get a peek at the darkness of the soul, or the lack of it. I really tried to in the drug world. I never saw any shit like that, but just cooking drugs and being around druggies and addicts all the time, and I got a good look into what darkness is, and man, it is hard to fight. And I think in a lot of ways, we have it so good here. We're protected from seeing like hideous shit that other countries aren't. where it's kind of culturally okay to see that stuff, like the Middle East. Oh yeah, Trump supporting Tony Gonzalez. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think he's getting old. It's his first year, first term. He's got to do some messy stuff, and I don't expect everything to be fucking perfect, and I don't expect everything to get done. But yeah, that one didn't make me happy. That one didn't make me happy because Tony Gonzalez is the kind of guy who would fucking put a metaphorical dagger in his back at the drop of a hat. So that's a Trump first term mistake. Dan effing rocks. Thanks for playing this. You're welcome. You're welcome. Brandon Herrera is the only choice. Tony Gonzalez has been there. What has he fucking done? Nothing. Except for his mistress killed herself. Allegedly mistress. She didn't allegedly kill her. She killed herself. Allegedly a mistress. Brandon Herrera, Texas 23. Editor MG says, glad to be here with you, crazy nerds. We're glad you're here too, Editor MG. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Prove me wrong. Merry Christmas. You don't. And we will, you know what? We will be back next year to argue about it. Thoughts on the War Between the Land and Sea finale? I have not seen it. Eddie Brock. I have not seen it. "23andMe." "23." Okay, we're gonna get to the member list. Is Harry Potter a Christmas movie? It is one that I watch during Christmas a lot, but I'm going to say no. Now, a lot of them I do believe were released around Christmas. The first two were released at Christmas. There is Christmas in it, but no. But I always watch one or two of them around like November, December. I do have to say the audiobooks, the full cast audiobooks are mostly pretty great. There's a couple of voices I don't like, including, and I think it's just a backup voice. So hang on. Let me double check this before I go off on it. But the guy voicing Snape is bad. He's not good, but everybody else is pretty great. Hang on. Madam Hooch voice on Harry Potter book is. No, not the movie. Oh, it's Zoe. Okay. Madam Hooch. Is it? Not Madam Hooch. It was Tracy Ann Oberman. There's a reason I'm doing this. It wasn't Madam Hooch. Harry Potter. Okay, it was Madam Pomfrey. Why did I say it was Madam Hooch? Madam Pomfrey voice in Harry Potter audio book. I got to look at the IMDb because it sounded like a dude. I could be wrong. It could be just a girl who sounded like a dude. But I'm sitting there listening to it. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like Madame Pomfrey. That sounds like fucking Dumbledore. I don't know if they have it on IMDb, though. Nope. Madam. I'll ask more of a specific question. It says it's a girl. Let's see who it says it's a girl. It didn't sound like a girl at all. So I'm making I have to check and make sure it was a girl at birth. Yep, it was. Ah! Fucking knew it. I'm listening to the audiobook and they're like, Madame Pomfrey says, and goes, Harry, are you wait, it's
Harry, sit down. Are you okay?
That's what it sounded like. I'm like, hey, fucking Madame Pomfrey. So I'm like, maybe they didn't cast everybody and they just have some dude fill in for some shorter lines, but nope, no. So then I'm like, well, maybe they cast a woman that sounds exactly like a dude. And Rebecca Root was born in Woking, Surrey, England in 1969 and was assigned male at birth. Ladies and gentlemen, he was assigned male at birth. Who assigned him? So some doctor must have put his dick on. Assigned male at birth. So we're still dealing with this fucking, yeah, God, you're right. God assigned him. We're still dealing with this fucking bullshit. And you know they're doing it to like, what's JK gonna do? What's she gonna do? You know they're doing this to her own publisher is trying to like jab at her. And like, I'll tell you what JK's views are on trans people. She's fine with them. She has no problem with them. She just doesn't think a dude should go into a woman's bathroom, a woman's prison, a woman's space. That's it. So she's going to, I'm fine you exist as a trans person, which I'm fine too. But especially adults. When it gets to kids, not fine with that at all. But adults, whatever. You do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. But you start asking me to deny basic reality to participate in your fantasy? No. Flat out, never, no. Because once we start going down that road, I get old slippery slope comes out, and then we start getting compelled speech from the government, which is where this is going. You could already get in trouble at work And you have to sit there and, well, because some dude decided they want to be a girl because they're having some identity crisis or they're gay and they can't handle it or what the fuck ever. I don't care. And if that person comes to work and goes, well, you can still call me Scott, I'm just going to dress as a woman. Fine. I don't care. But if they go, I demand that you not only refer to me as a woman, that you believe I'm a woman. And you know what? Single straight men need to date me. It's like, what? So that's what JK's against. Nobody's against them existing. They have the same rights as every other human does. And they've made a choice with their life that will make their life harder. That was their choice. It's not on society to bend to some individual to make them feel better. Oh, so is everybody going to put their beers away and their fucking pot and everything when I walk down the street? Do bars close when I walk by because I'm sober? And my addiction can kill me. God damn it. So if you just joined us, I am bitching about Madame Pomfrey in the audiobook, which I mostly like, sounding like a dude because it was a dude. But they cast a woman named Rebecca. Who sounds like a dude. So when you take all the visual and all of the construct, they love to use that word. They say gender is a construct. No, trans is a construct. It is literally a construct. Not an abstract construct, a construct. If I was JK, I think she publishes herself anyway through Pottermore. I'm sure she doesn't care. She's going to make tons of money off it. But when you remove the construct of trans and you are just using the theater of the mind, where you're not supposed to see color, and that's fine. Particularly with British accents, you can still tell, but it's fine. The narrator does a really good job. She kind of annoyed me at first, but she won me over, and I think she's doing a great job. It's a black woman. I don't give a shit. She's just doing good. Hermione sounds perfect. Sounds utterly perfect. Harry, Ron, and Hermione sound fucking great. I don't care what they look like because it's theater of the mind. But then when it's Madame Pomfrey comes up and goes,
Harry, are you okay?
It kind of takes me out of it.
Harry, we need to apply the mandrake so we can unpetrify Hermione.
Aside from that, book's pretty good. Just took me right out of it, dude. Oh, and I think there's another character too. So it's not just that one. I think it's two. By the way, Sirius Black is going to be black, voiced by a black guy, but honestly, it's theater of the mind. I don't care. But I'm pretty sure Sirius Black will be black in the series too. And that will in their mind, solve the problem of Snape being black. The problem is it doesn't. So, okay, so you don't make Sirius black a racist because you're going to make him black, which means if you make him black, Bellatrix Lestrange is going to have to be black. But anyway, it doesn't solve the problem because then Lily and James Potter will still look like racists and all the kids at school will look like racists. Breaking news, Will is gay. The funniest thing about Stranger Things is he literally got in touch with his powers by the power of gay. I cannot make this shit up. When Will Byers was finally okay with being gay, he got superpowers. Perry, I might have to add that to the video. That needs to be an honorable mention. Don't you agree? You say it back and you're like, holy shit, that's funny. Whoever wrote that is super gay. I hope they're gay because if they're not gay, then they're fucking retarded. But they might be gay and retarded. Just like in real life. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sitting there enjoying the audiobook, and then it's like I hear this deep voice, this Matter Pomfrey, and I'm like, no. All right, let's get to the. So he was here earlier. He's probably gone. Alpha Chad Feanor, who did nothing wrong, baby. Of Middle Earth. Lore expert. Absolute 100% lore expert. Tolkien lore expert. Give him a follow on Twitter. Like, he's actually a resource that I trust that I could use to double check shit now. My memory is shit, right? And I'm not going to tell anyone I have this encyclopedic knowledge of the Silmarillion. I do not. It's time to read it again. This is about the time of year. I'm a little behind because I usually start rereading Hobbit and Lord of the Rings around November, but traveling to Egypt. So I'm going to get on it soon. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had a good one, says Kenneth. I did. I hope you guys did. I did. My oldest son made a fantastic, had a ham. We had not mashed potatoes from the fucking box. Like, he made mashed potatoes like you're supposed to make it from potatoes. My son is he could be a chef. Any restaurant, he could be a chef. It's not what he wants to do, but he could be. He's a fucking great cook. Had some carrots that were really good, salad, biscuits, little Topo Chico. It's fantastic. And now we got a huge ham, so we're gonna have sandwiches and split pea soup for days. It'll be great. Love the split pea soup. Thanks for the stream. It was right on time. I was running out of my extremely limited Christmas cheer. Merry Christmas to you and the fellowship. Crimson Cripple, Merry Christmas to you. There's still plenty of cheer, and there is, okay, Christmas is over. Everybody, let's say goodbye to Christmas. It's over here in Central Time Zone. It is over. It is Boxing Day, officially. The Mountain Time Zone, the one that nobody really gives a fuck about, and the Pacific Time Zone are still in Christmas. So hail to them. Chris Gore is still in Christmas. Wife got me the. Oh, I read this one. Okay, so Rachel Green is a new member. Hail. Merry Christmas to you in the chat. Merry Christmas right back at you. Thank you. Bubba Doom is gifted 20 Nerdrotic memberships. That is $100. Bubba Doom did not have to do that. And Mazamboni has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Nerdrotic Live. Merry Christmas to you, Jim Watari. Every movie James Cameron has done was just a ripoff of other folks' stuff. I think the only original thing he's done is The Abyss. You are not wrong, Doc Holliday. You are not wrong. So Doc Holliday has some knowledge, and I'm sure you guys do in the chat. You know that James Cameron has been sued. He has been sued for basically plagiarism for Terminator. And who was he sued by? Without looking it up in the chat, you guys will know. Come on. For Terminator. Harlan Ellison. That's right. Oh, Channel Surf, what's up, brother? I know you'd know. I know you would know. Harlan Ellison sued James Cameron for Terminator. He's sued a lot of people, and for good reason. Harlan Ellison was ripped off a lot. And one thing that really stuck in his craw was when people, because scripts are lifted all the time in Hollywood. This probably shocks no one. This is why you don't submit your script, because it will get ripped off. And even if you sell one with some kind of contract that if we develop it, you'll get some kickback of money, they will just change it a little bit, rewrite the whole fucking thing, and give you nothing, not even credit. Happens all the time. So Harlan Ellison, for a small fee of like $1,500, would be a court expert for intellectual property theft, basically. Did it for many years because he got ripped off so much. And James Cameron was one of those guys. Airborne Phantom is gifted 1 Nerdrotic Live membership. Thank you. And now Magnus Lord is a member. Hail. And Balls for Teeth is a member. What about Sisu as a favorite movie of the 20s? I really enjoy Sisu, but I'm not going to say it's like it might be. I don't know. I'd have to do the list. I love Sisu though. Love the movie. Simple movie, but great. I have not seen the sequel yet, but I will. It's on. I think I can rent it now at home. Kylie, is it Eagleoff or Kylie Eagleoff? Maybe has gifted 10 Nerdrotic Live memberships for 50. Thank you. And Decky, 1969, is a new member. Outcasts and Exiles. What's the difference? There has to be a difference. Interesting. Good name. That's what we all are here, basically. Is a new member. Belief Hole Podcast. Belief Hole Podcast. That could have gone horribly wrong, me reading that. Decky, 1969, is gifted a membership. He's paying it forward. Look at him. Merry Christmas from Sushi Oshi. Thank you very much. And look at this. Bring Back Movie Magic is gifted 20 Nerdrotic Live memberships for $100. Hail. Saint Germain is a new member. Sindek is a new member. Hail, Sindek. And Book of Grudges is a new member. You guys are awesome. Yeah, but that wasn't it. I honestly can't remember what he sued him for now, but he got Channel Surf. Correct me if I'm wrong. He got some sort of acknowledgement in the movie, right? Everybody's been talking about Claws, the animated movie. I do need to watch it. I have not seen that. What? He sued James Cameron. So the matter was settled out of court. Ellison received an undisclosed payment. The estimates range $65,000 to approximately $400,000. He was granted a credit in all future releases of the Terminator, which reads acknowledgement to the works of Harlan Ellison. So Harlan Ellison helped out a friend of mine whose script was completely stolen and by a person. I've talked about this so much, but I'm not supposed to talk about it at all. But it's okay, Bill. You'll be all right, buddy. Frequency. The movie Frequency. The concept of frequency was not the person who wrote the screenplay. Let's just say that. It was a friend of mine who had done a lot of writing. He's an artist and a screenwriter and a novelist. He did a bunch of covers for all the monster magazines in the 70s. He was commissioned and created the first non-movie one-sheet Star Wars poster. The first non-movie one-sheet Star Wars poster, which was a painting of the Cantina Band. And his name is William Selby. I have a copy of that poster with his signature. Let's see if we can find a picture of it. Band. Yep, there it is. Well, we can't do that picture. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I can show you this. Right there. And you can see on the left here, on the bottom left, that says Selby. Airbrush that baby. I don't know if you guys have seen that before, but yeah. Buddy of mine made that. Nice. And yes, Merry Christmas. Happy birthday, baby Jesus. We're now into Boxing Day. Frequency is a good movie, by the way. It is a very good movie. Thank you, FT Kaggy, for gifting 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Hail. And Jay Schwalbach has gifted 10 Nerdrotic Live memberships for 50. Hail. Guys, did not have to do that. Did not have to do that. So yeah, tomorrow we have Friday Night Tights. Who was our guest? Who was our guest? It's Epic Mike. Because we had to find somebody who's watching Stranger Things. So I was like, with the first 4 episodes, I'm like, okay, They're not great. They're not good at all. But maybe it gains some steam and picks up. Well, I've seen most of the series now. And nobody's died yet. I think they're setting up a couple people to die. And I don't care. And like what I liked about these characters is not enough to carry me through. And the only reason I'm even bothering to finish it is because I've watched the whole thing. But the first person I'm 20 minutes into the first episode. I'm on Mahler. Part 2 just started retarded, absolutely retarded, and it gets so much worse. And like they just abandon logic or plot. They're just trying to get this thing done, and they had all this, and it's inexcusable. They had all the funds in the world. They were given, you could make movie, for one, not every episode's an hour. It's not, remember when they said every episode's going to be like a movie? Most every episode is a fucking hour long. It's just an episode of fucking streaming show. So that's bullshit. And every hour is filled with inane, pointless running around that you could have cut out. This thing could have been half as long as it would. I think barely a single episode's worth of stuff has happened throughout the end of the fucking finals. And people go, what are you talking about? We know what the Upside Down is now. No, we don't. They told us it's something different. How? Another revelation, which I'm not going to say I predicted, but I was worried about. It's not supernatural. It's all science-based. It's all science fiction, which I think kind of sucks. I wanted Eldritch God. I wanted Cosmic God, which is what they were certainly hinting at with all the Cthulhu stuff, and it's not. It is pure sci-fi. Now, when you find out what the Upside Down is, you're going to go, what? Steve and Dustin, there is they have the dumbest scene. And I like Steve. Steve's my favorite character. Dustin's one of my favorite characters. And they have this forced drama bit like in the middle of all hell breaking loose, which is just, it makes no sense. And then John and Nancy are in a scene that just goes on way too long, that they spread it through like practically 2 episodes. But we'll cover the spoilers tomorrow, and I'll have watched the entire final episode by tomorrow. But it is 12:15. I got to get to bed. Derek is funny, but there's not enough of him. Derek is funny. And Nancy needs a cheeseburger for sure. Jay Schwalbach is a new member. Hail Jay Schwalbach. All right. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat donation last night. And thanks to everybody who gifted memberships tonight. I appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who supported us throughout the year. I hope you all had a great Christmas. To all the lurkers and participators and everybody who watches all of our stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow night on a little bit of a shorter Friday Night Tights, because we're going to let people have their holiday weekend. But we'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central, talking about Stranger Things and what we ate for Christmas, basically. I don't think we're going to be arguing about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, though. I think we're going to leave that part out. But Merry Christmas to you, the fellowship. Hail. See ya mañana.